Hello and good morning. This is a video response to virtually anybody and everybody. I see so many men that have been conditioned and brainwashed into believing that it's absolutely healthy to live within their feelings and emotions. Okay, so answer me this then. If that was really the case, why are those men constantly taken advantage of by other people? Why are they constantly, savagely, and spiritually kicked the beep out of, polite way of wording it? Or better yet, answer me this. If that was truly the case, then why does everybody turn on him even whenever they have the chance, even those that claim to love him? Common sense people use it. The Bible clearly says that we are to act obediently to God's word and not pay attention to our feelings and emotions. Can our feelings and emotions be challenged in order to build emotional maturity as well as emotional intelligence? Yes, without a shred of doubt. But for men to live within their feelings and emotions, it is unhealthy. And I'm going to break this down as to why it's unhealthy. For a man to live within his feelings and emotions, it is feminine. And I don't care what anybody has to say on this video because it is the truth. It is feminine. Just like the traits of nurturing, caring, gentleness, and all of these other things, they are feminine traits. You would expect to see them within a woman and not a man. As men, we are designed and created to be good men, solid men, upright men, men that aren't scared and ashamed to remain steadfast within the faith. And this is why I don't allow my feelings and emotions to rule me, or my mind for that matter. Because the devil wants God's creation to pay attention to their feelings and emotions. And I'm going to share some well-informed information here as well as to why people shouldn't live within their feelings and emotions. And this goes to you men mostly as well. It invites worldly pleasures, worldly desires. This is why when it comes down to dating or even considering getting to know the opposite sex, or generally building connections on a whole with other males for that matter, this is why I don't tap into my feelings and emotions to build these connections like a lot of people have been conditioned and brainwashed to do. Does it make me better than everybody else? No, because everybody else even have this same spiritual tool in order to protect this and this. The reason why we see so many failed friendships and relationships today is due to the fact people are quick enough to fall within their feelings and emotions. I'm currently at that stage now where all of my worldly programmed emotions I use in order to develop the emotional maturity and emotional intelligence I need in order to connect with people, biblically that is. And when I refer to biblically, what I'm saying is that the Bible's emotions are not of this world. They are pure. They are pure. And genuine, for that matter. It's like, for me, the days of being able to mimic people's facial expressions, general body languages, as well as behaviours on a whole, are over. Because my soul is growing, it's beginning to age like a fine wine. There's still more work in here and in here that's needed to be done in order to live the life that I so rightfully deserve, that everybody so rightfully deserves. And I'm willing to put in that work, even if it means losing out on everything that I once thought I wanted in order to get that life. And so be it. We live in a society today where, again, this is no direct attack at those that have financial gain or material gain. People have this mentality that is real value to a person. It brings real value to a person. No, it doesn't. It's worldly programmed value. It's of the world. Real value is in here. It's in here. Only God and His Son Jesus Christ can turn anybody, for that matter, into a valuable man or woman. This video is going to get a lot of hate, and again, I honestly do not give a rat's flying bumhole, because I will tear through your hate and have anybody look like a fool. Some of us were designed and created to live poorly, and when I say poorly, very little, if not next to no materials, finances. Is it a crime to want them? No. But some of us, we reach that age in here and in here where we would rather build authentic connections with people and share what we have with other people, and then get the elevation factor from it. Because funnily enough, if people took a step back, observed the Bible and studied it relentlessly, they would know that true happiness, real joy, and only God knows what other characteristic and persona, is in here and in here. We're not going to find it in the will. And this is where so many people go wrong, and this is why I see so many miserable people with this type of lifestyle, because they place their worldly status before God the Father and His Son Jesus Christ. Therefore, they are putting their worldly status on a pedestal, which causes conflict of interest between the relationships that they could well have with God the Father and His Son Jesus Christ. Like I said, is it a crime to want all of these things, or to have any of these things for that matter? No, it's not a crime, because I have materials myself. Does it interest me? Absolutely not. Because one day, whether people are at peace with the idea or whether they are within fear of the idea, we are going to die. This home right here, it's going to fail us. And when that time comes, and our souls depart this physical shell, all that's left behind is this and everything else of this world. Maybe some of us were designed and created to sacrifice all of this because God the Father and His Son Jesus Christ have something much more of value, something much more bigger and better. And it's not physical, it's internal. And for anything else to manifest itself is a bigger blessing. It's a blessing. The point I'm trying to make is I'm at this stage now and I don't regret it. I do not regret it in the slightest, because I even see people in today's world that pretend to be followers of Christ, to be bearers of the cross, as you will, that have materials. Again, good for them, they've worked for it, but yet they're always quick enough to sneakily hate and oppress us that choose to live poor. Why is that? Because they've been conditioned into believing that worldly status is in fact, or should I say brings in fact, high value to a person, and that is not true. It brings you worldly value, and none of that matters, because it's all fake. It's all fake wokeness. It just doesn't mean anything. I value my peace of mind and, peace of the heart, and I'm at that stage in my life where I'm psychologically rebuilding, reconstructing, and making the room for genuine, authentic connections of like-minded people to enter my life. Training at the gym is more than sufficient enough for me. I have my setbacks and my failures, but I use them to better myself. And that's all I can honestly see myself doing. It does mention in the Bible, like I said, that if we're to want something, we're to pray unto God the Father Himself. And if He genuinely wants us to experience those things, He will place the desires within our hearts and our minds in order to attract those things. And there you have it, folks.